Bing, when I told a friend last night you were coming to my show tonight, he recalled that during the war he was in the tank corps in the desert.
Yeah.
He received a letter from home from his wife saying that a German bomb had destroyed his house, but that wasn't what worried him so much, but also his entire Bing Crosby collection of 78s, irreplaceable. He said the Germans didn't stand a chance after that, and he told me to let you know that you actually won the war.
Well, that's very heartening indeed. I think he's exaggerating a little.
But in fact, I think it does take me to my first question. Are you, as a star, and as a man who's been in the business so long, aware of the sort of special relationship you have with people and the pleasure? Is it part of a responsibility for you?
Yes, it is a responsibility, because I do appreciate the interest and the loyalty and the support of people who have listened to me for so many years now. And I'm moved, you know, when people come up in the street and say they heard a program and liked it or liked a song. That's part of an entertainer's food and drink, you know, those kind of comments, that kind of an attitude, reaction. It's great. It's really, that's your life, really. Yeah,
that's your life, you say. Now, in the song you say right at the start, I see the chances I often took, though I never was too courageous. Is that autobiographical? Is that you?
I didn't take so many chances. I was always under very good tutelage, very good advice. I worked with some great men, both in the record business and the picture business, the radio, television. I was a good listener, Lou. I could always take advice and try and follow the advice of people who had good records of success, who had done well, and I had confidence in their counsel. And I think that's one of the big reasons why I was lucky enough to get somewhere, that I could listen.
Yeah, that's one of the things that sort of struck me, in fact, that you haven't taken many chances. It seems, and you'll probably tell me otherwise, but it seems to have been a nice unrolled pathway all the time. Has it been as easy as that?
It was, Lou, because I liked what I was doing so much. As a kid, I listened to the early records, and I was a fan of all the great bands, and just to be a part of that scene was compensation enough for me. To be around great musicians whom I'd followed on records, great singers on the stage in vaudeville with great acts that I'd heard and read about. That was the thing that really paid me off. I didn't care if I got any money or not.
You got a bit on the way,
just
though,
to be involved in those things was sufficient.
You picked up a little bit of bread on the way, though, didn't you?
Oh, naturally, a little.
Can I touch a man who's said to be worth $30 million?
Oh no, I haven't got change of a match, Lou. Really, no.
Millionaires
that's hope.
never
That's
have.
Hope's propaganda.
No.
Hope is loaded, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, he's got money that he can't even count.
What do you do?
They tell a story about Hope. He was playing golf with me one day, and we had a black man caddying for us, a nice old fellow. He used to run the club there for years. And I said to the caddy, you know, you're caddying for a very important man today, Mr. Hope. And he says, why's that, Mr. Crosby? I said, well, Mr. Hope has got $1 million. And he said, well, yes, that's great, that's marvelous. And I said, but on him. Well, he was impressed with that, and he thought a minute. He said, Mr. Crosby, he said, that's a lot of money to have on your mind.
In fact, he got it in the hip pocket, I think.
Yeah, really.
What do you do with $30 million, though?
I don't know. I never had that much money.
What do you do? You've got quite a bit, though, haven't you? What do you do with it?
Well,
you don't spend you don't spend it on clothes, do you?
No. Well, don't you like my... Are you knocking my raiment, Lou?
Well, you don't, do you?
Well, I tell you, I moved today, and I couldn't get in my suitcase to get a tie because my suitcases hadn't been opened yet, and I didn't get home in time. So
You're touching your microphone thing.
How's it coming over? All right?
That's fine now. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. But I should have worn a tie. I know it, but I didn't get to my.
In fact, you've got into trouble in the past, haven't you, with your casual wear?
Several times I've been refused admittance into some very prominent hotels because I looked a little raggedy. But nowadays you can wear practically anything and get in any hotel, I think. I'm talking about the old days. Around in Paris, I was thrown out one time for looking a little scruffy.
Yeah. So I'm not going to find out what you do with the money, am I? Buy golf clubs?
No.
Golf balls, perhaps. Do you lose a lot?
No, I don't lose too many balls. You know, I keep it pretty straight, but I have lots of places wherever income comes my way. You need it. If you get involved in real estate and things, you're always paying interest and you're wrapped up. You can't stop, you know.
Yeah, do you like the business world? I mean, you're an entertainer. Do you like having the harder world of business, of real estate?
No,
and things like that?
I have a very good lawyer that I've had for 40 years, and he's done it all. And I just go along confidently on whatever he tells me to do. I couldn't handle a business conference or make a real important business decision, because I wouldn't know what I was doing. I don't know. The stock market absolutely baffles me. I don't know what's going on down there.
Nothing very good, I think, these days.
No, it doesn't seem very good. But I mean, business is something I never could comprehend. To negotiate or to deal or to make, I always had people do that I thought were pretty clever.
Yeah, they must have been. Coming back to the song and to the chances and to the life, you missed any chances?
Yes, I'm talking about pictures I would have liked to have done but didn't do, and sometimes I did pictures that I wanted very badly to do, and they turned out poorly. Those are the only kind of chances I have reference to. Songs I picked to be hits and worked hard on and sang and plugged, they never got anywhere, and other songs I turned down that went ahead and became smashing hits under somebody else's label or under somebody else's name. I was speaking professionally. Personally, I can't think of any great chances I've taken or gains or losses that I've sustained because of ill-considered decisions, really.
Did you miss out on your first family a bit?
No, you mean the way the boys?
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of went awry there because I was awfully busy in those days, and I wasn't home as much as I should have been. They went to good schools, and they were pretty well educated. And of course, any young man, any young person, no matter what you've done while they're in the home in the way of trying putting them on the right paths or inculcating into them the proper principles, 10 minutes after they leave you, if they bump into the wrong kind of a companion, all of that is down the drain. I think my boys got mixed up with the wrong kind of people, but they're all great now. It passed over, as all things do. If you can wait long enough and pray hard enough, it passes over. Now they're all fine. They have families and children, and they're profitably employed, and I think they're good, useful citizens.
Now you've got a second teenage family.
Yeah,
are you making the same mistakes?
No, we're together an awful lot, Lou. We travel together. Up until recently, we were able to do that because their mother has a teacher's certificate, and everywhere we went, they went, and she could keep them up in their studies, and when they got back to school, they were generally even with their class or maybe a little ahead. And I think that's a great thing, that we eat together, all 3 meals. We all eat breakfast together, we have lunch together, except when they're in school. We have dinner together. We've been all over Europe together, we've been to Africa together, Europe, all places. All over America, Mexico, Canada.
You're not a young
I shoot with the oldest boy. I play golf with the 2 boys. I play tennis with all 3 of them. Mrs. Crosby plays tennis. We have doubles tennis matches every Sunday.
You're not a young man, are you?
Pretty close.
You're not a young man.
I got 71.
Well, some of the books say 74.
Oh, that's wrong. I'm 71.
But you're not a young man. I mean, are you conscious with the second family that your time is limited with them?
That's it. I just want to spend as much time as I can with them. I want to be around long enough to see them develop into, well, they indicate that they're going to be very, very useful people. They're talented and they're kind. They have good principles. They have good senses of humor.
What's good principles? You said that phrase twice now. What are good principles?
Well, I think good principles are accountability. I think a youngster these days has got to be accountable to something. He has to have some responsibility. But I think accountability is a greater word. He has to be able to stand up and say, well, I did the best I could, and I had some goals and some aims, and I didn't drift along. I took aim at something, and I tried to achieve that. Maybe I didn't make it. And he's got to be able to account to somebody for what he's doing, what he's going to do. If it's only to himself, if he can only be accountable to himself and be happy with what he sees, what he's done, and how he thinks, and how he's going.